above all, his integrity and his love for his community, and wanted to make sure that his community prospered, could see through all the politics and all the personal agendas, and stood up for Rocketship. And I want to introduce you to a colleague of mine, because I'm an ANC in this commission too, but Anthony Lorenzo Green, who is the chair of 8B. We just really appreciate him for standing with us when nobody else first stood with us here on the ground. So thank you.
Thank you, Jacques. And I want to say, before I proceed, that when when they came into that meeting with that letter from Marion Barry, it was a priceless moment. You know, you had to take a picture of their faces, because they were in there saying, oh, Barry wouldn't back this, but they weren't having the conversations that I was having with Councilman Barry. When I got that phone call, and he said, Lorenzo, I need you on this project. I need you to support this, and here's why. You know, they want to bring an excellent educational foundation to our community, an excellent school, so that our residents don't have to go across the Anacostia River just to get a great school. Because there are many students here in Ward 8 who are leaving our ward for a good education. They're tired of waiting for underperforming schools to rise up. They want a good education now. And they don't want to be told that they have to wait 20 years for a good school to come into their neighborhood. Every child in this community deserves the right to walk across the street and get a good education in their own community. So I'm glad that Rocketship is here. They're opening the school right here in Woodland, and I'm proud to stand with them. I was there from the beginning in those fights at those meetings. I remember when they first came to our first ANC meeting. As anyone that's from DC, you know how our ANC meetings are. You know, we have no shame. You know, but it gets the job done. It's all about the experience and the conversation, making sure the dialogue continues. When those who were against it and did not want any of our community members to hear about this school, to even talk to them, I made it my business to make sure that we keep the dialogue going. Even when our commission voted against it, I kept it going with town hall meetings right in our own community, because I felt it is coming. I felt it was coming because there were people who believe that a good school deserves to be in our community. We don't have to leave our community for a good school. And that's why I stood tall. That's why the residents that I represent in Fort Stanton stood tall. And I'm glad that everyone that's here today stood tall next to Rocketship to make this happen. But it doesn't end here. We have to stay involved. We have to make sure that our parents stay engaged in this process, so they understand that it's just not good enough for a building to be here, but you have to be in that building too. You have to make sure that you're holding your child's hand in the building and outside of the building. And you have to have an open mind and embrace the help and support that people want to give you, because there are people who want it. They just need guidance, and they need someone to grab their hand and make sure it happens. So I'm proud to stand here today as a lifelong resident of the District of Columbia, born and raised here, very proud of that, DC native, yes. And, and I, from my own experience, being in traditional public schools, I've always been disappointed with the quality of education I was getting. But it wasn't until I entered H.D. Woodson Senior High School, where they had the Academy of Finance and Business, and at that time, we just called it a school within a school. We didn't call it a charter. But that experience alone told me that there is something greater than what I'm getting. Choice should not be a dirty word. Every parent deserves choice. And we all must stand strong and stand against anyone that wants to take that right away. Thank you.